Okay, welcome to Fire Emblem Venom.
Ken for all of you noobs.
This took entirely too long to get to work.
It really did. Sitting here for 14 minutes or so while you fiddled around on the internet downloading shit.
I couldn't get it to work with the Gamecaster, so I had to download the other thing.
Gamecaster and the like fucking
broadcaster, yeah.
Whatever it was.
Okay, name and gender.
So your name and personality actually affects every character in the game. So
What? No.
Like your birthday and your name, I think itself actually.
How does your name change it?
It actually, like, the amount of letters and what letters are in there, I think, actually change part of. It's like some kind of. It's like some kind of formula. I think I may be entirely wrong. It's very possible, but last I remember looking everything up, it actually makes a difference.
That's interesting.
So, like each, and this is something that's prevalent throughout the entire game. Each character has its own personality and element, which determines like how well it pairs with your character and how well it pairs with. It might not actually change it then, seeing as how. Yeah, the birthday changes it. Okay. Yeah, look at that. So, like, each little symbol by the Tactician name coincides to like a different element, and each of those elements has a different effect. Like I think the lightning one has an effect on speed. I think the fire one has an effect on crits. The ice one has an effect on defense.
That's really interesting.
Air has an effect on attack, actually, I think. So.
That was speed. And why not?
Sure.
Yeah, I've not played much Fire Emblem in my life, but I've played enough to know the basics of how it works. Just not, all of that. Not as much the behind the scene, I suppose.
Yeah. So this story is like the beginning, especially, is the most contrived piece of shit. I mean, this game is awesome, and the story for this one in particular is personally my favorite. But the very beginning is just like, okay, you're out and about, you're a traveling tactician, like that's your trade is tactician.
Obviously.
And you're like, you just so happen to get found by this like Sake Plains princess. And it does the whole like.
Oh no, bandits!
Yeah, and you can actually lose the very beginning.
Of course you can.
This is one of the few games that I've ever seen that actually allows you to lose at the start. Like, I've seen games that like drop you into like a difficult situation, like Dead Space will like throw you directly into the combat, but this one. This
go together.
Yeah.
Very well. I'll listen to you, person I've never met before, and that possibly have a head wound. I'll let you tell me what to do in battle. Yeah.
Absolutely. Also, notice that your gender had absolutely no effect on how your game sprite looks. Like that's the same game sprite, either gender you go with.
Oh, that saves space. Lynn is the blue unit. Enemy units are red. Quincy, you are green.
The green thing has absolutely no effect. Like, for you at least, you don't matter. You're never actually on the field.
Huh.
Yes. Like, you only show up essentially as a storyline MacGuffin character.
That's interesting.
Which they remedy in later games. Like, they don't need the tactician later on.
I need to be closer to the enemy.
Yeah.
Yes.
advance on the bandit. Yeah, you have to go bit by bit for this unless you turn the tutorial off before you start. Yeah.
Oh, that bandit spotted me. The one I was running straight fast towards to.
There's no way it would have noticed you. Like, here he comes. Oh, God. Yeah. Let's move one space closer instead of being able to attack at an angle because logic. That I have my qualms about the gameplay for this, but something about the gameplay. If you've never played a Fire Emblem game, first of all, what is wrong with you? Second of all,
that's how I open a lot of my playthroughs.
Second of all, it's a rock paper scissors type system. Like sword beats axe, axe beats spear, spear beats sword, and then later on you get into magic, and like all magic. I think all magic breaks defense. Like no magic is affected by actual defense. It's only affected by like magical resistance.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, you've got defense and magic defense.
Yes. So, and a cool thing about the game is all magic users are actually ranged users as well as melee users. So it makes them pretty versatile, but most of them are very squishy. Like, incredibly squishy.
You don't know what a gur is?
I have no idea what a gur is.
It's a type of round hut. Many nomads live in huts like these.
You know, I actually didn't know that.
Would do well to use this time to administer a little first aid.
So, interesting fact about a lot of the bosses too. A lot of the bosses don't move. They're usually stationary, and you can kind of like use this to your advantage in a lot of ways. Like you can choose to either like swap enemies in and out, or swap allies in and out while you're attacking those enemies. Because every time you attack them, so long as it doesn't kill them, it gains XP every attack.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? You think you can stand up to Bata the Beast?
No, it's Bata the Beast!
Yes, that's perfect. And here's one of the weird things about the game is right here. You have it's like a 75% chance that you win, but there's like a 25% chance that it doesn't miss that first hit, and you actually lose, which is the most ridiculous setup. See,
I was expecting it to, give me my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's him attacking me. That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is interesting.
Yep.
I think it's in some Mario games that you can lose just by saying no to the whole quest in the beginning.
Yes. A lot of Paper Mario games do that. Or just by arbitrarily, opening a chest that belongs to a ghost on a fucking train.
Well, he does tell you not to. And it's reading a diary, not opening a chest. That's why it took me so long to place what you were talking about. You don't actually have to be strong enough so that no one can defeat you in order to survive. You just have to have the power of running away when shit is gonna...
No, you just have to have the power of friendship.
You really don't.
Well, actually, quite literally, in this game, you do have to have the power of friendship. Like, if
I find it hard to believe that you have to.
Well, okay.
It makes it a lot easier, sure.
Well, here's the thing, is later in the game, especially when it gets to the later bosses, if you don't have, and this is something you'll see us do later on, if you don't have some kind of, like, support between characters, they have a special thing called support where they'll, like, do an in-battle thing. This is more for audience than you. But if you don't have the support between the characters, then you'll actually not get any bonuses to the attack. That's what happens is that they'll support, and you'll get bonuses, and yeah, shit's easier. That is correct. But later on in the game, it's near impossible if you don't have a good support system set up.
Important word there. Near.
That's true. That is true. Like, I've seen some good playthroughs that want me to get permission from my parents. Never mind that I just killed 2 people arbitrarily. You know, you need parental permission to go with me on this journey.
And they died, so she's not going to get it, so I guess I'll just leave her here. Bye.
Yeah. Here's my question, though. She has all this shit in trunks right there, and jars, and not to mention this whole tent, or gur, as it were. So, what does she do? Does she just, like, leave it? I mean, it's just the 2 of you.
Yeah, good point. I don't know.
Sniff, no more tears.
Thank you, I'm better now. You're welcome for being a wall that you can talk to. Yesterday's battle taught me something.
I don't remember a day passing in this, by the way.
Like in the entire game, or
no, in
just
like
from
this segment right here. It says yesterday's battle, and I'm like,
it's a good point.
I didn't go to bed. What are you talking about? Okay, insane, like, 14-year-old chick who just killed 2 people.
Tell me you'll train me, that you'll let me travel with you. Train me by doing that thing where I do all the fighting and you just stand there and tell me to attack people.
Exactly.
I couldn't have figured that one out on my own. Maybe that's why she's so weak. She didn't have anybody to tell her to attack people.
And that's really sad, considering all the misogynistic tendencies that this game actually goes through. It actually has a lot of kind of like really not cool stuff like that. But you know, this game was made in I think 1990s, so or maybe late 80s. Yeah, I don't know when they released shit in Japan, and you know, I'm too lazy to look it up. But if you know, definitely
help Lynn in her quest. It's not your quest.
Yes. Even though she's traveling with you, it's Lynn's quest.
And she just made you her master, and it's her quest.
Yep.
Well then.
I mean, that was my whole hang up on the story for this game, is like the beginning is very contrived. But that's cool.
It's not all that much more contrived than a lot of D&D campaigns start out.
True, very true. So
it's not there's 20 people in this bar. I'm coming with you because you're obviously gonna be something when they can't afford their own drink at the moment. I mean,
yeah. Here's something else.
I suppose that's the difference. D&D characters usually do start with money, so they would be different than everybody else.
Right.
That's it. Well then.
So on top of that, you do actually start off with a good bit of money, I think, in this game.
Yeah.
But
maybe she did sell the stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. She might have.
But no, to Lynn, she will discover something that will alter her life forever.
Which is 2 blue guys on horses.
She'll discover bestiality.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
We're off to a good start.
A fantastic start. Cheese Factor ahoy, by the way.
Yeah, I actually recently downloaded a demo of Fire Emblem Awakening, maybe?
Like
on the 3DS.
Yeah, the 3DS game.
And so was playing some, and that's what I wanted to play. But oh my heart! What a dazzling vision of
And now you get this is actually a standard thing in all of the Fire Emblem games. Is at the very beginning or very early on in the game, you get 2 mounted Cavalier units, which are
kick ass.
Well, they're kind of cool. They usually have brown and blonde hair, and they usually have red and green armor in their thing, and that actually coincides to their stats. The green one is always more agile, just based on how it levels up. The green one is always more agile and has a little bit more attack power, whereas the red one is always a little bit slower, but has a lot more defense. That actually changes in the follow-up game, or not the follow-up game to this, but the one of the later games, Sacred Stones. It flips that. It's red hair. That's right. Sorry, my bad. It's either red or blonde hair. It doesn't really matter. I think it's the armor that really matters. But they flip it in Sacred Stones where
just to fuck with you.
Yeah, just to fuck with an established thing, you know.
Here, this one has more defense, so I'll put it up against this side. Oh, he's dead now.
That's a pretty standard thing that they got, and then they add in usually a third Cavalier. That's always the best of the lot. Like that's the third one is usually always the one you want to make a Paladin. They another concept that we'll go over later on in the game is each of these classes actually levels up into a new class, which I always thought was one of the cooler things about the game was the level up system. And I'm not sure if this one lets you choose which ones they level up into or not. I actually don't think it does let you choose which ones you do, but the level ups are always really cool. Like the animation's cool, and how it kind of works out. You have to actually use an item that you have to find in combat to make those characters class up.
That's cool.
Yeah. So now we get to watch.
Stuff to kill.
Yeah. Pretty much the beginning is all bandits that all are axe users or bow users.
Oh, because you have a sword, obviously.
Yes. Well, the Cavaliers have spears.
Well. There are more than I can handle. I can tell because a reason.
But I'll not give up. I believe in the power of me.
Cowards, every one of you. Not, intelligent people who don't want to get killed because they were overconfident. No, cowards.
Well, they're cowards for being a lot of them ganging up on a little girl and
She is armed, though.
Yeah, with a sword.
Which is better than their axes.
Well, logic doesn't really follow the, gameplay. It's like, okay, there are 4 of them, there are 5 of them, and one little girl and one skinny little twit with a head injury. So it kind of goes, for
the rest of the tutorial.
Yeah.
That's an odd length of time to.
The tutorial is like 3 episodes, I think. Not episodes, but like 3 combat segments. This game is fantastically long, by the way.
Yes, that.
Yes, let's attack with the Iron Lance against the thing that you're weak against.
Because a voice in my head told me so.
Whoa, I miss! Sane, why aren't you using your sword? The lance is more superior! I told you, logic is not very, you're...
It's logic, it's just to a different end, that's all.
God damn.
Also, because I don't have one. Also, wasn't there that thing about we're supposed to buy supplies in town? That never happened, did it?
No, not at all. Didn't buy a damn.
Yeah!
Like, I'm assuming you probably, bought food and shit. But,
I guess.
No extra swords, no extra...
Vulnerinaries.
Yeah.
Well, okay, then.
But he got an iron sword. At random. And this is kind of the setup for saying that, Sane is kind of just a dumbass. And
Let's illustrate that swords are strong against axes. Let's give them a sword, take their axe, and then die. That's how you want to do it, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you can take your time here, and see, this is, you see how you only get one attack with Kent. That's his speed is a lot lower.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then bring her in. But you can choose to support with either Sane or Kent here. I think she does get a. Oh yeah, you're not gonna get hit by that. Yeah, but I usually don't ever support her with either of those guys because I usually don't wind up using them.
Quincy, let me attack again.
Just be like, no, you were stupid. Go hide in the trees, eat a vulnerary, and shut the fuck up.
Oh, I was selecting the wrong person, and I wasn't happy about that. Well then. Yes.
Because I didn't get it the first, 50 times.
3 so far.
And he misses again anyway.
Yep.
And this is teaching you a little bit about the tactics, like hide in trees, make yourself more easily not hit.
Look closely. The enemy is hidden in the woods. I mean, yes, you have to look closely on the screen here, but look closely. There's trees fucking everywhere, man.
Yes, it's headache inducing to the point of sheer stupidity. Now, something interesting to think about though, while you're moving characters at least, it takes an extra movement to move through trees. So, and I think it affects it worse for mounted units too.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So while it may be good to put
people in trees, it means it takes longer to get around. Yeah.
What I do recommend at least doing is getting Kent and Sane a support because they're good together early on. So
as in support one with the other?
Yes, support them together just to get you a little bit of that early game advantage. We'll probably have to do a sped up montage or something to show doing that once the tutorial is done, absolutely taking over the game. But
I don't do that.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
No, this is just gonna be me playing the entire game.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Sure. Fantastic. Why have you not healed yourself? Because I am a moron.
Huh? Ain't happening. That's it. That's the end of this video. See you next time.
God damn.